Our project for today is to clean out the lint from our dryer. You do have to do this periodically. Your dryer will run a lot better, you'll use less electricity, your dryer will last longer, and in worst cases, if you completely neglect it, you could burn your house down. So it's definitely something you have to do periodically. We're going to clean out the dryer flue as well, get all the lint out of that. That won't be part of this video, but we will show how we clean our dryer, the lint from inside the dryer. It is the Maytag Neptune DC, it's our dual cabinet. It has a upper cabinet and a lower cabinet. The upper cabinet is for drying delicates, sweaters. You can hang pants in there. And the lower cabinet is just a standard dryer. This is the one we use most. We've had this dryer for quite a while. We figured at least 15 years. It served us well and we want to keep it running as long as possible, so we're going to do the routine maintenance that needs to be done. If this particular model is discontinued, so if you're in the market for a dryer, this is not the model for you unless you're going to look for it on the used market. But we will say this at the beginning of the video: all repairs should be done by a qualified repairman. So this video is just for entertainment purposes only, and it's not intended to be and should not be construed as a how-to clean your dryer vent. When you open the door, this is the view of the dryer, of course, you're really used to. And you're going to start taking it apart to get at the lint. You see these two screws here, and you think, well, I'll just take those out and this will come out and I'll be able to access the dryer lint and clean it real easy. It's actually not correct. You want to leave these in. This holds this piece in that where your dryer lint screen goes. Just leave that in. We're going to take the whole front panel off to get at the dryer lint to clean it. We're going to take the door off, and there's just two screws on the top, two screws on the bottom holding the door on. Strictly speaking, the door is not necessary to take off, but it does make it a lot easier to just take this off and get it out of your way. So now that we got the door off, I do want to point this out. This screw right here, do not take that off. All that is doing is holding a retaining clip on the other side, so that you actually want to leave on. This door here, you can leave on. That's not going to be in your way. And then on the other side, this here is just covering the opposite side. It's a reversible door, so it has the same kind of situation on the other side with a retaining clip that you can remove this and reverse the door. Just leave these on as well. Inside the upper cabinet are three screws that hold the front control panel on. They are 1/4 inch, and you just take those out and the front panel will just lift off. It'll still be connected to the dryer with some wires. You won't need to disconnect any wires. Just pull the front panel away and then set it in the upper cabinet so that it's out of your way. And now that the front panel is out of the way, and we don't have to disconnect it completely, we just set it here in the top dryer, and that's plenty out of the way. But there's 5 screws holding the front panel on that were behind this control panel. Here, 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 and then one there, and then one over here. So it's 2 different types of screws, but all of them are 1/4 inch, just like the screws holding the front panel on. So remove those, and the front panel will just fall back away from the dryer. And so here is where we're trying to get to. We've got the front panel loosened, so we're going to just pull it down. Now, if you really want to get all the way down in there, you have to loosen some wires here over on this side, just held in by a plastic clip. Just loosen that wire, then you take the front panel all the way off. But we're trying to clean out that lint right there that we just can't get from the top. And of course, while we're in here, we'll vacuum as much of this out as we can. So this is to the sensor for the door. So to remove that, you just pull this guy apart like this. As you can see, it's so simple. There we go. Now it actually came apart. And that pulls off. Now you can remove the door. And put this clip somewhere safe, because if you leave it in the door, you see it falls out and you will never find it. Down at the bottom there are two clips that you have to put into. You're taking the door off, you just lift up and it will come off. And then when you put it back on, make sure you line those up and then just put the door back on. As you can see, we did end up taking off the front panel completely. That way we could just vacuum everything out and there's not a scrap of lint anywhere here. It was actually pretty simple. There was just two wires connecting the dryer to the front panel. There's this here, which is the sensor that tells the dryer when the door is closed, and then this here, which provides power to something. I'm not sure what it was, but it just pulled apart. So we'll just put that back, plug that back in as we put it back together. And as you can see, there is no lint left. And here's what we were trying to get to, the last piece of dryer lint that just could not get out. It was stuck all the way at the bottom of the dryer, and you can see it was really caked on, so it's actually hard. So it's been in there for a while, but now it is completely clean. We've cleaned the flue, we've cleaned the dryer completely from the front and the back, and there's not a scrap of lint in it. So hopefully this video inspired you to at least clean your dryer vent or call someone to have it done. Your dryer will run a lot better and last a lot longer with it cleaned out.